position do her legs need to be in? Okay, where is she placing her arms, elbows, shoulders, hands?
Dominant arm, like forearm down on the mat, fingers spread out.
What about her other hand? What is she going to do with her head? Keep it there. Look at her hand, that's good. Alright, now what is she going to do to get up into the elbow freeze? Keep it there. With what?
Not dominant.
With her extended leg.
They're not dominant.
Alright. What do you think?
It's alright.
Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm going to help you guys kind of understand the difference between what we've been doing with a lot of the headstands and handstands, where we're completely extended in one plane, and between this freeze, where we're kind of taking up several different angles. So in a headstand, let's take that for example, remember your head has to be completely in line with the spine, so that when your legs are extended, you can draw a line from my toes all the way down to the crown of my head. We're in one plane and we can balance this way because we have a nice base of support behind our head. When you're doing an elbow freeze, your base of support is taken away partly because your head is now lifted. So if you kept it in line with the spine, you're not really putting weight on here. You're using the two arms beside you. And by keeping in line with the spine, your hips are still going to go straight above you, but you'll have less stability with just these two joints. It'll be very easy once your legs are up to keep going because you have your legs bent. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Head forward. See how my hips got straight above me? If you were to do that with enough force, it would pull you right over. So when you extend your head, it helps to counterbalance the flexion at the knees. And it helps this base of support by kind of changing how your body weight is distributed, and it changes your center of balance. So lift your head, extend it slightly, and you can balance a little bit. So if you extend it too much, your body's not going to get very far up. You're just going to be like this, flopping down. But if you kind of keep it in between, looking completely back, looking completely up, which is, for me, about where my fingertips are. It's about where I need to counterbalance.
Exactly. So make sure you guys remember you change the base of support, you're going to have to change the way that your body moves in order to support you in that position. Now spotters, again, just a quick reminder, you're actually not going to help them, you're not going to spot them in the sense of putting your hands on them or anything, you're just going to make sure they're doing the right things, such as establishing a base of support. Now, just really quickly in review, your base of support, everybody's is going to be totally different because everybody actually does the elbow freeze just slightly different with the way they put their legs in front of them based off of flexibility, based off of how they're able to balance and find their sweet spot. So you got to just find your own sweet spot. That's kind of going to be discovery on your own. But does anybody have any questions at all? No. Okay, we're going to go ahead and practice that really fast.
And Megan and I will be coming around if you do need someone to spot you.
Yeah. Why don't we have sweet? Sweet 24%. And you three will be first.
You guys want to help out? Good job, guys. Remember, if you came in late, get some blood pumping before you start.
Get your jumping jacks in there. Yeah, your jumping jacks. Get your jumping jacks in there.
And the was getting up there, and then you guys come back down, and kind of run that front and hold it. It's going to be
There you go.
So I think
You're out of both hands. One thing I noticed. What you trying to pull on? I was going. What about this sweet spot to start?
When you ever run, show me how you do it. Where'd you have down?
You did. You just stay strong with your base.
That was good.
Yeah.
I just like rolling.
So, which leg goes first?
Yeah, right there. That's good. Get your left leg up first. And look at your. Yeah, look at your neck. Arched up. Yeah, just keep it too hard. Nice roll.
You kind of like want to just ease up on it. You don't want to kick up all the way.
What was that? You know, everyone here.
Alright, let's see exactly. So Cody will take you through this step. Try that right there.
I want you to think.
There you go.
That headpiece, the big two together.
And you have the arm strength you're bouncing it.
So when I do that, it'll come more above you. It means that this right arm needs to be completely stable. So don't let it be
Too much force. That's too much force. That's good. Thank you.
Give him one more, Jason.
There you go.
Yeah, trying to figure it out. Sorry, guys. They sign in your mat and take up your space. Yep. Good. Yeah, yeah. I remember trying to tell you when I went down to UCLA game, I was really good. Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, you guys were, yeah, I mean, you were like start out there. I don't really remember seeing you play before. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Alright guys, come down safely. We're going to teach you our new trick, which is a Valdez. I'll be explaining it with Rachel as a demonstrator, but real quick I'm going to show you two variations of the Valdez that we will not be learning today, but just so that when you see it around in breakdancing or in gymnastics, because it's used in both, that you'll be able to recognize it. So the gymnastics version is when you actually start on the ground. You have to get all the way to standing. So they're from here, and they go all the way up. The breakdancing version, you kind of start from standing over here, and you don't have to have your legs all separated and pretty. Just kind of starting and going over like that. But what we're going to teach you is a feasible and very fun version, I must say. We kind of call it the Spider-Man Valdez. So Rachel's going to demonstrate it once, and then I'll break it down for you guys. Yes. So we want you guys to start in standing position. You're going to squat down and place your right hand behind your right hip. That hand, once it's placed, is going to be planted there. Don't lift it up. From there, we're just going to practice walking right now. She's going to walk all the way around until she's on this side of her arm. So try that again. So that's the path that your body's going to be taking. So when you guys start your practice, I want you guys to try a few of those. Just placing your hand and walking around in that arc. Now Rachel's going to do a little Spider-Man jump. She's going to keep her knees in flexion the whole time, almost at 90 degrees. Good. Now Rachel's going to point to where she wants to go. And you guys can do this when you practice too. If you point first, that'll give you a visual aid to help you think of bringing your knees to that spot. Just gonna try again. Good, and you always want to land in that squatted position on the balls of your feet. Don't let yourself come down to your knees, because that's a lot of force in this type of a move. So she's gonna try one more time. Good. As you noticed, she took herself a little bit out of flexion. So that would be the transition between the one we're teaching you and the one where I kind of went straight over. So for today, I want you guys to practice at the 90-degree angle. And one thing that is often encountered is this, is you'll want to squat and then kind of jump onto your hand. And that's actually kind of really dangerous. So I want you guys to think of planting your hand, keeping it there the whole time until you get to this side. And then you can go ahead and stand up.
Perfect. So some key things to remember then are you're going to start out in the standing position. You're going to come down, establish your base of support before anything else. You can't build upon a base if you have no base of support. And then, like we said, you're going to start out by walking around, and slowly you can build up into jumping a little bit and Spider-Maning around or merry-going around. And then, yeah, you guys can keep doing it. Make sure you start out with hips flexed, as Megan said, because that's going to allow you guys to land on the balls of your feet. And then once you guys feel a little more comfortable with that, you can begin to extend them just a little bit more. Does anybody have any questions at all? No? Okay, let's give it a try then.